Sometimes the simplest strategies are the most effective. Hey guys, today I'm going to break down a super simple yet profitable strategy that uses just two free indicators. Let's open up a chart. I'm going with Ethereum 5-minute chart today. Alright guys, so we've got our chart set up and now it's time to bring in our first secret weapon, the FRAMA Channel indicator. Now it might sound a little technical, but trust me, it's not as complicated as it sounds. To add it to the TradingView chart, just head over to the indicator section, the little icon at the top, and type in FRAMA Channel. You'll see a few options pop up, but we're going for the one by bogged. Give that a click and boom, it appears on your chart. Now what exactly is the FRAMA Channel? Well, imagine it as a dynamic, ever-adjusting set of guardrails around the price. It's not just some static lines. It actually drops to the market's conditions. It uses something called a fractal adaptive moving average, or FRAMA for short, to create this channel. Think of the FRAMA as a super smart moving average that's constantly learning and adjusting to the market's behavior. The cool thing about this channel is that it helps us instantly see what the market is doing. Is it trending upwards? Is it turning downwards? Or it's just kind of bouncing around sideways in a range? The FRAMA channel makes all this super clear. Here's the basic idea. When the price is hanging out near the top of the channel, it suggests we might be in an uptrend. When it's down near the bottom, it hints a downtrend. And when the price is just bouncing between the top and bottom of the channel without really breaking out, well, that often means the market is in a ranging phase, kinda like sideways shuffle, but it gets even better. The FRAMA channel also gives us these handy little arrows. These arrows can signal potential trend changes. So you see an arrow pop up as the price breaks out of the channel. It could be a sign of the trend is about to shift. It's like having a little heads up from the market. Now, here's the real magic. This indicator is adaptive. What I mean by that is it doesn't behave the same way in all market conditions. When the market is volatile and moving quickly, the channels widens. And when the market is calmer and moving more slowly, the channel narrows. This adaptive nature makes it really useful in all sorts of market environments. It's like having an indicator that can think for itself. So we've got the FRAMA channel on our chart. But before we start using it, let's tweak a few settings to make it even more effective. It's like an instrument to get the best sound. Just click on the little setting icon next to the indicator's name. It looks like a gear, and that'll open up the indicator settings window. We're going to focus on the inputs tab first. Here we're going to change the length to 14. This adjusts how the FRAMA calculates its average, and 14 is a value I found works really well. Next up, we're going to adjust the band distance to 1.1. This controls how far apart the upper and lower boundaries of the channel are. A value of 1.1 creates a nice balance, not too tight and not too wide. While we're at it, let's head down to the label size and set that to normal. This just makes the labels on the chart a bit clearer and easier to see. I also like to change the neutral color option to white, just a personal preference for better visibility. Unfortunately, there aren't any other style options we can change directly within the style section of the indicator, so that's all we need to do there. Now, here's a cool trick to really enhance how we visualize this indicator. We're going to turn the chart into colored bars instead of traditional candles. This makes it super easy to see the trend at a glance. To do this, right-click anywhere on the chart and go to the settings. Then in the symbol tab, simply uncheck all options under the body, borders, and wicks sections and click OK, and boom, you'll see your chart now displays as continuous colored bars. Now with the settings in place, the FRAMA channel really comes to life. Here's how it works. When the bars, or what we use to be our candles, are inside the channel, they turn white. This white color indicates a sideways market condition, a period of consolidation where the market isn't really trending strongly in either direction. But before the bars break above the upper band of the channel, they turn green. This is our signal that an uptrend might be forming. It's like the market saying, hey, I'm starting to move upwards. And on the flip side, when the bars drop below the lower band of the channel, they turn navy blue. That signals a potential downtrend. The market is now indicating a move to a downside, but we're not quite ready to start trading ending just yet. We need one more piece of the puzzle to make this strategy really solid, the RSI histogram. So just like before, head over to the indicator section and search for RSI histogram and add it to your chart. You'll see it appears below the main price action. This indicator is going to act as our confirmation tool, helping us filter out false signals and give us more confidence in our trades. Now let's fine-tune the RSI histogram to work perfectly with our strategy. Open up its settings, you know the drill. Click on the little gear icon. In the inputs tab, we're gonna make a few key adjustments. First, change the RSI length to 18. This adjusts the period over which the RSI is calculated. Next, we'll change the moving average length to 9. This smooths out the RSI values, giving us a clearer signal. And finally, make sure the source is set to close. This tells the RSI to use the closing price of each bar for its calculation. We can leave the moving average type and alpha at their default values. No need to mess with these. But one more important thing, make absolutely sure the bar color option is disabled. We don't want the RSI histogram itself to be coloring the bars. That's what the FRAMA channel is so far. We want the RSI to act as a separate confirmation. We don't need to change anything in the style section. So we're all set there. With these settings in place, the RSI histogram is now ready to play its role in our strategy. Alright, now for the moment we've all been waiting for. How do we actually make money with this strategy? How do we turn these indicators into profitable trades in a stock, crypto, or forex? Let's walk through some real trading examples to see how this all comes together. Okay, picture this. We're looking at a chart and suddenly FRAMA channel turns navy blue, indicating a potential sell signal, and the bars have broken below the lower band. This is our first clue, but don't jump in just yet. We need confirmation from the trusty RSI histogram. In our first example, even though the FRAMA channel is showing a sell signal, the RSI histogram is still green. This tells us that the underlying market sentiment is still bullish. Buyers are still present. So in this case, we reject the signal. It's like the RSI is saying, hold on a minute, things aren't quite as bearish as they seem. This helps us avoid potentially losing trades. Now let's look at another scenario. This time the FRAMA channel turns green and the bar breaks above the upper band. This is the buy signal from the FRAMA. And guess what? The RSI histogram is also green. This is our confirmation. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We have aligned between both indicators. So this would be a valid buy signal. Let's look at one more example. We see another sell signal from the FRAMA channel. Navy blue bars breaks below the lower band, but we check the RSI histogram. It's still showing green. Again, this is a conflicting signal. The RSI is not confirming the bearish move, so we reject the sell signal as well. Finally, let's imagine one last scenario. Another buy signal appears, green bars breaking above the upper band of the FRAMA channel, and this time the RSI histogram is also green, confirming a bullish momentum. This would be another confirmed buy signal. So you see how it works. We need both FRAMA channel and the RSI histogram to agree before we take a trade. This is what helps us filter out those false signals and increase our chances of success.